YouTube back with another video. So I want to talk about the I Play Rocky trailer that was released early online today. I'm a huge fan of the Rocky films. I'm a huge fan of the Creed films. I'm a fan of Sylvester Stallone. So this is a film that's like tailor made for someone like me, And what I really love about this story being told, and I was a little familiar with Stallone's story as far as like how he bet on himself essentially. I was a little familiar with it, and he wrote the script for Rocky. The studio did not want him to play the Rocky, but he was like, "I'm not selling the script unless I'm attached to starring." And eventually the studio did give in, and it's just a really cool story, very inspirational story, and it's one to me that resonates in particular because at least in this day and age, I think it resonates really well because I believe I heard Steven Spielberg say like, to aspiring filmmakers, and I'm an aspiring filmmaker. Like I want to be a filmmaker, and I heard him say like, just start recording, like just get to filming. Like you have your phone, you don't need to go out and get a camera, right? Like use your phone and just start filming. I've heard YouTubers say the same thing. Like you don't have to go and get the fancy equipment and all that stuff. Just use your phone, start filming content. And that's what Stallone did. Like studios didn't want to give him a chance, so he just wrote a script and said, "Hey, I will not sell it unless I'm starring in it." He bet on himself. He created his own content, and it paid off. And that's a story that really resonates with me. Because I don't have any fancy equipment, right? Like I'm making this video from my phone. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things and just say, "Hey, I'm going to film. Like I'm going to make content." I'm betting on myself the same way he did. But it did get me to thinking, like, man, like I've never seen $100,000 at once, right? Like so. If I got offered that by a studio, especially in the position that he was in, because I believe at one point he was homeless during this time, where he was really struggling, right? Like, would I have been able to turn that down? Would I have been able to bet on myself to that extent? Because it's easy to look back at his story and say, "Oh, he made the right choice." Yeah, but at the time, with the way that I understand, from what I understand, he was really going through it financially at that time. Like, he was really struggling. So it's easy to say now that he made the right call, but who's going to turn down 260? Because I believe I saw an interview that he said that it got up to $265,000 was the offer for the script. What is that in 1973, 74, 75, whatever the year? Well, I believe Rocky came out in 76, so this would have been around what, 75, maybe late 74. How much is $265,000 in today's dollars? Like if that, let's just say it's 500,000 or 700,000, or it might be even closer to $1 million. Like I don't know what it is in just inflation, but my point is like, if I got offered, because I'm working on the script myself right now, like would I be able to turn that down? Like it's hard to imagine me saying no to that, but he believed in himself, and he wanted to do it, and I think he said he wanted to, if it failed, he wanted to fail on his own terms, like he didn't want to sell out, and I just think that that's an incredible story. This is the kind of film again that's tailor made for someone like me. I think it's just a really cool story. I think it's going to be really heartwarming. It's the kind of film that you just walk out and you feel better about life. You feel better about your future. It makes you want to just go out and get after it. I love films like that. When you after you finish watching them, excuse me, and you just like, man, you know what? I gotta get to work. If he can do it, I can do it. Like that. I feel like it gives me that kind of vibe. The guy playing Sylvester Stallone is killing it, man. He has those mannerisms down pat. Like it is insane. Like it really just feels like I'm watching Rocky. Like, like that's what it like. It honestly feels like you're just watching Rocky. Like he nails it, man. He does an incredible job as far as the mannerisms and the speaking. It seems to have a really good cast. I like Stephen James, Matt Dillon, Anna Sophia Robb. I'm not super familiar with the actor playing Stallone. I did see a couple episodes of The Offer. I don't remember him. It was a while ago, so I don't really remember him. And I don't think his part in it was that big. So at least where I was at, he wasn't in it that much. I didn't finish the miniseries that he was in The Offer about the making of The Godfather. So I'm not familiar with his work, but it seems to have a pretty good cast. Again, I love the feels that I got from the trailer, and it's kind of cool because, again, I'm such a huge fan of the Rocky films, the Creed films. So it's cool to kind of like just see how it was made. Even though I was familiar with the story as far, like I said, with Stallone, but just like being able to be a part of that journey of watching this film get made, a film that lives on today in pop culture. It's one of it's one of the great films, one of the great franchises of all time, in my opinion. I love this franchise, you know. So I'm really excited to see the film. Like I said, the guy playing them seems to be doing a great job. It's a great story. The vibes that I got from the trailer seem to just be like you're gonna walk out of this film like just you're gonna walk out of it pumping your fist in the air. Like that's the vibe I get from this film. You know, I can't wait to go see it again. I think it's an Amazon film, but I'm probably gonna go to the theater and see it if I can for sure. I definitely think this is one that's worth seeing on the big screen. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of it. Let me know what your favorite Rocky film is. Let me know what your favorite Creed film is. And if you like, even throw in what's your favorite Stallone film. For me, my favorite Rocky film is Rocky 2. My favorite Creed film is Creed 1. And my favorite Stallone film is probably Cobra. I would say Cobra. Like, not counting Rocky or Rambo, right? Like, I would say that my favorite Stallone action film is probably Cobra. Let me know down in the comment section what's you guys' favorites. Let me know what you guys think of the trailer. If you're going to go see it or if you're going to wait for it to come on streaming. Thank you for your time.